Today's episode is brought to you by Mazars.
SoundCartel.
From SoundCartel, I'm Nicole Goodman, and this is Business Essentials Daily. Did you know that 60% of Australia's small businesses are at risk of a cyber attack? And that the problem cost small businesses a total of $29 billion last year? These are startling figures that should chill the blood of any business owner. So the industry's peak body, the Council of Small Business Organisations Australia, or COSBOA, is setting up a new program to help. COSBOA's chair, Matthew Eddison, says the new cyberwarden scheme will train at least one person in every small business to become an expert in preventing or dealing with cyber attacks. And it's free. Matthew Eddison is describing the extent of the problem to Jeff Waters.
What we're hearing is cybersecurity is a risk. It is a concern for small business. But in so many ways, they're not sure what that risk is or what they should be concerned about. As you're aware, we've been through a bit of a journey. Some of our largest companies in Australia have been hit with cyber attacks and the consequences of that data breach. What does that mean for a small business? And what we're hearing or seeing and what the Australian Cybersecurity Centre is saying is the cost to small business of cybersecurity was $29 billion last year. It's that big. It's phishing scams, it's loss of business, it's downtime. It is just a ginormous problem.
Are certain types of business more likely to be picked on than others?
We're not seeing that or hearing that from any of the research. Small business are under attack. Now, we know large business are. We know the larger regulators in the country, government is under attack. But small business are equally likely to open the doors to a cyber criminal of some sort through the most inane activity or the most accidental activity. But small business is certainly vulnerable.
That's an awful lot of small businesses in Australia that are being attacked. What do these things look like?
Yeah, just confirming, Jeff, what we're hearing is 6 out of 10 small businesses are really at risk, serious risk of a cyber event. And those sort of cyber events or the cyber attacks that lead to damage to a small business, they might include identity theft, where the individuals in the business have their identity stolen or their digital identity stolen, and that is used to access, be it programs, be it websites, be it whatever, but their identity is misused. We're also hearing that identity theft can lead to misrepresentation of the business. So then the business's own brand is used in further attacks on other small businesses. You've got that types of Trojan horse attacks where a program will get inside your computer or inside your systems and it works in the background, either stealing data or sending data out to others. We've got phishing or spear phishing attacks. And, this goes closest to those email scams that we're all used to, Jeff, where you click on the email and all of a sudden you're corresponding with somebody that you shouldn't be corresponding with, or you're acting with a website that is not actually the website that you thought of. And one that really hits and locks up business and causes downtime to small business is that ransomware. If you actually hit that link, the vulnerable program gets involved in your systems and locks you down. So all of a sudden you can't get into your own data, your own programs, and unless you pay the ransom, you won't get access back. And that's where we're really hoping you have some good strategies to mitigate the damage and hopefully not need to pay the ransom.
It sounds terrifying. How scared should small businesses be about this?
Look, small businesses should be aware. So they need to be working with others to make it really simple to put logical strategies in place. So COSBOA, Council of Small Business Organisations of Australia, combining with a couple of the big corporates in Australia, Telstra and Commonwealth Bank, are running a pilot program called cyberwardens, And the program is designed to use small businesses to design the program to speak to small businesses. So we're using small business language, small business strategies, small business explanations to know, what can I do? I have limited time, I have limited knowledge, I have limited capacity to respond. How do I put in strategies that make sense for my small business? So we should be aware of the risk. We should then see, how do we engage with strategies and people to help us actually prevent them or then deal with the consequences.
What does the cyberwarden program actually look like?
If you think of in business, you might have a first aid officer, or you might have a work health and safety. If we think of construction, you have the on-site officers to protect the safety of the workers. So if we think first aid, you think of lifeguards. We're now talking about the cyberwarden being that cyber protection agent of a small business. So a small business might go, I don't get it, but I'm prepared to spend an hour a week waking myself up and engaging with the strategies. Or I might have one of my team members. I'm prepared to put some of their time towards the micro-credential learning of what is a cyber risk and what do I do about it. I might equally engage with one of my advisors who is also a cyber warden. So be that the accountants or the bookkeepers or my other trusted advisors to the small business who are cyber wardens themselves that bring this simple, easy to use business language and easy to use business strategies into every small business to try to combat it. So small business or their advisors engage with cyberwardens.com.au. Express your interest. You might be able to engage in the pilot program that's underway at the moment, which is helping design it the right way. Equally, you'll be on the list for when the program launches later this year, where that cyber security first aid officer is now becoming a resource to the business. No cost to the business to engage in the program, other than the time of the person that you're dedicating to the program.
Just to clarify, I'm not hiring an outside expert or a consultant or a coach. It's a member of my own staff or one of the businesses that may service me, like an accountant or a lawyer or somebody like that, or indeed myself as the owner of the business, trains up with your help. Is that right?
You're going the right way, Jeff. For some small business, you've got team members, you've got staff, you've got people that will allocate some time to it. We know that many of small businesses in Australia don't actually have staff. It's just themselves. They could put their time to it, or they could lean on their trusted advisor network and go, look, I do need some help with my cybersecurity awareness, risk and strategies. Can you embrace the Cyber Wardens program and bring me those strategies into my small business?
If I'm a cyber warden, do I have to be one of these IT savvy people?
Absolutely not. It's aimed to be directed for the business person, not to be the IT wizards only or the IT experts. This is about a small business approach to combating cyber risk.
Great. Well, Matthew Eddison, could we just please repeat that website again?
cyberwardens.com.au.
That was Matthew Eddison, Chair of the Council of Small Business Associations, Australia. This episode of Business Essentials Daily is produced by the team at SoundCartel. Thanks for listening. I'm Nicole Goodman. We'll bring you more Be Daily tomorrow. Follow @BE Daily Podcast across social media and head to bedaily.com.au for more from the Business Essentials Daily podcast. SoundCartel. This episode was brought to you by Mazars. To find out more, visit mazars.com.au. That's mazars.com.au.